All right, welcome back to the channel. Hi, my name is Mike, and today I bring to you is some sanding discs, or actually drum sanding, little drums, and they're a lot of fun to use. I mean, if you're not looking to buy a great big, expensive sander, or even the disc sander or something, or you really don't need something like that, then look into something like this. Just something you put on a drill, or if you have a small drill press, it works really well too. These ones here, now there's a couple different kind, and I do like the ones in this box here probably better than I do these ones. And these came from Harbor Freight too. I don't think they're very good. I have a little bit problem with them because they like to tear the paper. They don't seem to stay tight, and what they do, they just fold in like this, and then they wrap around it, and then you fold them back in again through here. And then of course there's a little tool here that you have. I got it here somewhere. This is just a sleeve that goes in. Each one's got one in it, and they twist, and you twist them to tighten them up. But it's so soft. I mean, if you're sanding on like a drill press or something, being soft like that, you put, because you're going to put pressure. And when you put pressure down on it, you're going to rip that sandpaper by, putting that pressure in there. These came with 4, and they come in different sizes. I mean, if that's something you want, I'll just show you what my opinion is on them. And they come with this one right here. So it came with 4 of them. I think it's very inexpensive. I think it cost that much, but I'm not very pleased with them because being soft like that. I force on a lot of things. Some people say, well, maybe a little bit hard on them, but I mean, if that's what you can, you can afford or you can pick up right now, they would do fine, just fine. Then you want to do maybe a step up and get something a little bit better, which I like, which I've been using these drum sanding for a long time. I've been using them just to kind of detail, because you can buy, a finer sandpaper or a coarse sandpaper for them. So it comes in different sizes, the drums do. So it depends on the project that you're doing. You can use these for all different things. To say you wanted to, clean up this inside of this, where I cut it with the drill bit. Maybe it had a couple little marks in it or something. You can just kind of go through it and, of course, strap it down, clamp it down so you can do it. Same thing with a board. And, if you just want to kind of cut off maybe something you have, some kind of design or something you have, and you want to get in there and then just go through it, you know what I'm saying? That works really good too. I've used it, basically I used it for like some of the scroll saw stuff I've done. I might have like making end brackets or something like that would have a curve in it where I couldn't get it into somewhere else because the disc was too big. And using this really small, it was great. Just put it in a clamp and then just take your time and just kind of, just kind of go over top of it and take out what you need to take out, and then the rest of it you can sand it with hand. So yeah, there was plenty of times where, I've used it on some of the things that I couldn't get with a regular big one, or even how long it would take me to sand it by hand. This one here is one of them that came with this. Let me move these off to the side here. Came with a kit, and I'm pretty sure I got this in, I think I got this in Harbor Freight too. I'm not really for sure, but this one came in with like a 4 drum. Of course, there's one here, one in a drill press I'm going to show you in a minute. And then it came with a bunch of little sandpaper, so you can interchange them. And then, of course, there's different, this is a little bit of a finer sandpaper. And then there's one in here is really coarse, so it's pretty rough. So there's different ones. So if you buy them, it's best to get them in a kit, because you get the sandpaper with them right now. But you can buy the sandpaper separate. I mean, you can pick them up. You just got to remember, what size these are, because there is size. It'll actually tell you the size of the drum and stuff. So when you go buy them, you got to make sure you know that size. So they come in really handy. Like I said, this is a couple of them I had right here. I have some more. I've had so many of them over the years, they're probably laying everywhere. But what happened is some of these older ones, they get harder to find a disc, so I'm still hoping, I can find some, maybe I can run across them and then go ahead and replace, put new sandpaper, because the drums are still good. It's just the paper, it's harder to find the paper. So I had to go ahead and update to this one here so I can still find that paper. And we're going to take you over to the drill press. I got one in the drill press now. I want to show you how it works. It's really slick. I mean, it doesn't take much time at all to place it in there and go ahead and cut down something you need to cut down. So we'll go over and take a look. Let's go. Okay, this is what I did here. Is I made this table, and it's out of a old shelving boards, like you would use in maybe a laundry room or something like that, shelving. And I did a couple things around here made out of this. It makes it nice, makes a nice little table, you know what I mean? And then of course I countersunk this down in. I cut it down in further, so I can set my sander, my drum sander down in more. You know what I'm saying, like this. But it works really well that way, so you can kind of cut. And then if I had to cut, if I wanted to use the top, you can take this disc off here, the sandpaper, and flip it around on the drum and use this top half here, so you don't have to use the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want, you can just place something like this, and then a wider piece, or design something that would go, cut like this, cut it like in a round, and then set it back in there, clamp it on both sides, so you'll have a little bit higher table, so you can cut that without spinning it around. Now, it's almost the same thing as this one here, but this one, it spins and it goes up and down like this. But like I said, if you can't afford that and you really need something that you need to drill, that you need the table saw, or not table saw, the drill press, then this is a good way to have it right here. It works really well. I think it does. Okay, I'll turn it on and I'll show you. There you go. And just straighten that up with a little bit of sandpaper, a little bit of hand sandpaper to get some of these pieces of wood off of there. And then you can do it that way instead and use this thing back here. But I think it's very effective using something like this. And, then it is to have to go out and buy this if you can't afford it. So, okay. All right, so when you're out and about, if you're interested in something like this, a nice little sanding disc, take a look at the Harbor Freight and see what they got on sale, because I know they're going to be putting out their spring sales. Okay, well, that's about it on the drums. If you're interested in getting something like this to make the job a little bit easier and a lot funner, because when you get things done faster and you make them look a little bit nicer than than you normally do, then you feel good about yourself and you still want to do it. So just take out whatever type, pick out what you can afford to use. But like I said, even though I have other sanders, I still like using these a good bit, just to get in some of them tight spots where I can't get in with some other sanders. So okay, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and if you got any comments, leave them down below, and thanks for watching.